Legends have a way of distorting truths into fanciful tales. In the village of Kranzel, perched on the fringes of the vast Black Forest, the legend of the Frummel was both a warning and a story. Parents would caution their children not to venture too far into the forest for fear of hearing the Frummel's cry, a haunting, mournful wail said to bring disaster. Hunters who vanished without a trace were whispered to have fallen prey to its wrath. Yet, as fearsome as the tale was, it was shrouded in mystery, incomplete in its telling. No one in Kranzel was more captivated by the Frummel than Anna Feldspar, a young woman with an insatiable curiosity. Where others saw superstition, Anna saw unanswered questions. Her grandmother, Elsa, was the village's storyteller, recounting tales of the Frummel with trembling conviction. Elsa's father, she claimed, had once glimpsed the creature, a majestic being with branching antlers and scales shimmering like molten gold beneath the moonlight. While the villagers avoided the forest, Anna felt its call, a pull she couldn't resist, urging her to uncover the truth hidden in its shadowed depths. It was during the annual harvest festival that Anna's fateful journey began. The village square buzzed with music, laughter, and the warm glow of lanterns. Wandering through the lively stalls, Anna's mind lingered on the tales she'd grown up with. She stopped at a small booth where an elderly man sold intricately carved talismans. His hands, gnarled with age, moved with surprising precision as he worked. "You've been dreaming of the forest," he said suddenly, without looking up. Startled, Anna stared at him. "How do you know that?" The man raised his piercing gray eyes to hers. "The forest speaks to those who listen," he replied cryptically. Reaching under his counter, he produced a small wooden carving of the Frummel. Its golden eyes seemed to glow in the lantern's light. "This will guide you," he said, pressing the talisman into her hand. Before Anna could question him further, the man turned away, his attention returning to his craft. That night, the talisman's weight in her hand seemed to resonate with a purpose. Restless, Anna finally gave in to the forest pull. Dressing quietly, she lit her lantern and stepped into the moonlit woods. The forest buzzed with life, the rustle of leaves, the chirp of crickets, the occasional hoot of an owl. But as Anna ventured deeper, the familiar sounds faded into an unnatural silence. The dense trees blocked out the moonlight, and the air grew damp and heavy. Her lantern flickered, its weak light barely piercing the shadows. Clutching the talisman for courage, Anna pressed on. In a secluded clearing bathed in an unearthly glow, she found a monolith covered in ancient runes that pulsed faintly. As she stepped closer, a low rumble reverberated through the earth. From the shadows emerged the Frummel, a magnificent creature with antlers that gleamed like fire and a body of fur and golden scales. Its piercing eyes locked onto Anna, rooting her in place. "Why have you come here?" a voice echoed, not from the creature's mouth but from the air around her. Summoning her courage, Anna replied, I seek the truth about you and this forest. The Frummel circled her, its movements fluid and deliberate. Truth is not given freely, it said. Will you pay the price? Anna hesitated before nodding. I will. The creature lowered its antlers, touching them gently to her forehead. A surge of energy coursed through her, flooding her mind with visions of a time long past. She saw the forest thriving under the Frummel's guardianship, its magic intertwined with the lives of the villagers. But greed had driven humanity to take more than the forest could give. They felled ancient trees, drained rivers, and shattered the delicate balance. In sorrow and anger, the Frummel unleashed a curse, turning the forest into a perilous labyrinth to protect what remained. You must mend what was broken, the Frummel intoned. 3 trials await you. Succeed, and the balance will be restored. Fail, and your village will share the forest's fate. Anna's resolve hardened. What are the trials? You will see, the Frummel said, its golden eyes gleaming. The first trial led Anna to a roaring waterfall where a sacred stone, the heart of Aser, lay hidden beneath the torrent. Guarded by a massive serpent, the stone seemed unreachable. Observing the serpent's movements, Anna devised a plan. Using her agility and the talisman's warmth as protection, she distracted the creature and plunged into the icy waters, emerging with the glowing stone. The second trial brought her to a desolate grove, scarred by the hatred of 2 warring forest spirits. Once protectors of the land, their rivalry had turned the grove to ash. Anna approached cautiously, offering the heart of Aser as a symbol of peace. Through compassion and negotiation, she convinced the spirits to reconcile, restoring life to the grove. The final trial was the most harrowing. The Frummel guided her to the Cave of Whispers, a place where darkness manifested fears and regrets. Shadows taunted Anna with visions of failure, loss, and despair. Drawing strength from her connection to the forest and her own determination, she pressed on, refusing to yield. When Anna emerged, she carried more than the forest's blessing. She bore a profound understanding of its sorrow and resilience. Returning to the Frummel, she offered the heart of Aser and recounted her journey. You have done well, the Frummel said, pride and sadness mingling in its voice. The balance is restored, but it is fragile. Protect it. As the curse lifted, the forest awakened. Trees grew tall and vibrant, rivers flowed freely, and birdsong filled the air. The villagers of Kranzel, inspired by Anna's courage, vowed to live in harmony with the land. Anna became a legend, her name spoken with reverence. Yet she often returned to the forest, not as a conqueror, but as a guardian. The Frummel watched over her from the shadows, a silent reminder of the bond they shared and the balance they had restored.